My name is Richard Martinez. Martinez sometimes throws people off because it is generally a Mexican last name and I don't look 100% Mexican, which I'm not. I am mixed with black and Mexican. I have consistently been asked my entire life, "What are you? What are you?" I don't know how to stereotype you, so help me to understand how to do that. Help me put you into a box. Thank you. And I would happily oblige. I would give them my whole spiel. "Oh, I'm half black, half Mexican. Call me Blaxican, ha ha ha." And I would emphasize in most cases that I didn't grow up with the black side of my family, because even at a very young age, I knew that it was probably for the best to distance myself from being seen as black. 400 years of systemic racism in this country led me to adopt the ugly, self-hating beliefs that black students were not as smart as white students, that black actors were not as talented as white actors, that black people were not as valuable as white people. So as I was growing up and encouraged to choose an identity, well, I stayed as far away from race as I possibly could, and I leaned in hard on being gay. That's all the musical theater posters there in the background. Oh, I was the gayest little gay that ever gayed. I used to have my mom videotape me lip syncing to Paula Abdul songs in our living room. My collection of Barbie dolls definitely outweighed my collection of Ninja Turtles, though sometimes they would battle. Barbie always won. And once I was a teenager and discovered the glorious world of gay porn, oh, it was over. Gay all the way. So as I grew up and realized I needed a battle cry, something to stand up for, well, that was easy. I was pro-gay everything, you know? Pro-gay marriage, pro-gay adoption, pro-LGBT this, pro-LGBT that. All the while turning my eye to the racism that not only affected the world at large, but also the racism that was affecting me personally, that I would just brush off. I would brush off being followed in stores. I would brush off being expected to know how to play basketball. I would brush off being expected to know how to rap. I would brush each of these moments off, but brushing off is not the same thing as erasing. Because when you brush something off, little particles still remain. And these particles of hurt, of anger, of frustration, of sadness, of grief, of not feeling good enough, of not feeling equal, of not feeling human at times, stayed within me and built up. And I have to say, after a day like today, a weekend like this weekend, a lifetime like this lifetime, where racial tensions are running so high and so deep, so guttural, I can't turn my eye to that. I can't brush that off. And I've been screaming my blackness from the rooftops. You guys, I have done so much social media policing. Things I used to just brush off and ignore, I was like, not on today, bitch. LeVar Burton, the black host of the children's show Reading Rainbow, tweeted earlier Don't fuck with me today. And oh, the people were outraged. My childhood hero said the F word. What do I do with that? Someone in the comments wrote, well, you know it's serious when even the wholesome ones are talking about it. The wholesome ones. Not on today, bitch. Oh. Oh, I put on my best keyboard warrior attire and I gently explained how even if you're pro Black Lives Matter, right? Even if that's your point of view, when you say something like, well, the wholesome ones are saying it, so it must be true, that's part of the problem. The wholesome one said it, so we better listen. The unruly blacks, nope, don't need to listen to them. We'll just play their music in our cars, watch their sports on our TVs. But the host of Reading Rainbow says something. Time to listen. Wayne Brady, better speak up. Things like this aren't new to anybody who has skin like this, who's lived this life. Because even when I was leaning in hard on being gay, and trust me, I leaned in so hard on that, even while I was doing that, race was still a factor. It just presented itself in different ways. I mean, there's the obvious no blacks, no fats, no femmes, no Asians thing, which is problematic. You see that on a lot of white gays dating app profiles. But that's easy to spot. That's, ooh, you're a racist. Easy to spot. But then you've got things that seem like they might be a compliment. But when you take a closer look, you're like, oh shit, that's racist. For example, it is very common for the white gays to, after they ask me, what are you? And I tell them I'm half black, half Mexican, call me Blaxican, ha ha ha. They get this look in their eyes and their mouths begin to water because they have bought into the myth that all black men have big dicks, right? Which is a stereotype. It's a stereotype. Not every black man has a big dick. I certainly do, but not everyone does. And it is racist to say that they do. But as a gay man of color, I learned to play up my commodities to make myself more appealing to white men. Because no one has higher value in the gay community than the white man. And I know that that is true of the world in general. The thing about gay culture that you have to realize is that we take what is true about society and we make it larger than life. We make it fabulous, which can be awesome. Take drag, you take femininity, and we make it larger than life. And that's awesome. You get wonderful drag queen brunches. But it can also be very ugly. Like the awful feeling that sits in your body when you realize you're sacrificing a big part of who you are just to be seen as desirable to a white person. I should be so lucky if a white guy chooses to sleep with me. Those are the thoughts that become truth. For me at least. And I'm not the spokesperson for the black community or the Mexican community or the gay community or the Blaxican gay community of men with big dicks. That's not my calling card. I can just say what is true for me. I wish I had the answer to solving racism. That'd be great. Hey guys, I solved it. I got it. This little video on social media, it solved it. Yay! I know better. I know that I don't know. But maybe it starts at us looking at each other, connecting with each other, listening to each other, seeing each other as more than just the stereotypes, more than just the labels. What are you? When you look at me, I ask of you, don't see me as just a black man, or just a Mexican man, or just a Blaxican, or just a gay person, or just as a guy with a really big dick. See me for me. Look at me. Look at me. And see me. Connect with me. And then you might notice that I also have a really nice ass. Thank you for listening. Black Lives Matter. Do something good today.